guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm gonna be dealing with some nursing issues. I mean, it's been a while since I've really done an entirely nursing video. I mean, there are other aspects to my life, so sometimes I do take a break from doing nursing related stuff and just focus on me as a whole person. All right, so in today's video, I thought it wise for me to share some information as it regards to the new CBT exam. That's a computer-based test, and also the objective structured clinical examination for nurses. That's for persons desirous of coming to the UK. There would have been some changes, and I thought it wise for me to just come on here and just share some of this information, even though I am not fully aware of everything, but I'll share information that I know, and then whoever is interested can also go and do further research so that they're able to get more information as regards to some of these changes. All right, because what I do like to put forward, I like to put forward things that I've experienced in, or things that I've experienced, and that to me would give more factual information as opposed to saying things that you're not sure about and you're not able to guide anyone. So to get adequate information, your best bet is to actually go on the website, and you'll get updated information as it comes along, right? Because I came here in October 2020, and there would have been changes since I came here. So if persons ask me what was the process like for me coming here, the process as at this point when I'm doing this video, there would have been changes, things would have changed. So it is only wise, as I say, for you to get updated information, and the only way you can get updated information sometimes is to actually go to the source than to actually get it through the grapevines. Because sometimes when you get information through what persons tell you what they think, or tell you how they interpret stuff, you may not necessarily get adequate information. So as I say, I like to share factual stuff, things that I've experienced, but I'm not able to do so, and that's why I've delayed doing this kind of video for so long. Because I mean, like, I was questioning myself, why put forward something that I haven't really experienced? But I say, I've done a little reading, I've made some notes, so if you see me looking down, I'll be just reading some of the things that I would have made note of that's worthwhile sharing. And then as it regards getting further information and more clarity, you can always go on the website to get more up-to-date information. All right, now as I say, pardon me, I'm gonna be looking down so that I can read some of the notes that I would have made. All right, so the new test of competence for nurses seeking to work in the UK would have been launched on the 2nd of August 2021. All right, and all the information that I'll be sharing with you today, I would have gotten from the Nursing and Midwifery Council website. I'll put the website in the description box so that persons who want to read more can actually go on the website and get up-to-date information. So the website is www.nmc.org.uk. On that website, you can get all the necessary information that you need, and as I say, I'll put that in the description box, so those who need more information and more clarity can always go there. All right, so the test of competence, as I say, this new test of competence would have been launched on the 2nd of August 2021. All right, you will take the new test of competence 1 if you apply through the overseas registration route and you need to take the exam after the 2nd of August 2021. Secondly, you will apply to do the test of competence as part of your return to practice. So if you're returning to practice, or if you're rejoining the NMC register, you'll take these new exam after the 2nd of August 2021. And also, if you have started an application but you have not yet taken either the CBT or the OSCE before the 2nd of August 2021. So notice that I said if you have started the application but you have not taken any of the tests before, because it can be a case where you would have taken the test, you would have started your application and you have taken, say, the test before and you are unsuccessful, but you need to resit the exam. They have things in place for persons who would have actually started the process before and actually done tests before this launch date. All right. So it is important to note that if you have sat an early attempt, like if you have done the CBT or the OSCE before the 2nd of August 2021, right, you will have up to 12 months to complete what they call the legacy test of competence. That's an old test of competence. So that's the exam that would have been in place before the 2nd of August. All right. And as I say, when you go on the NMC website, it does have a lot of information. What I normally used to do prior to me coming here, I would normally go on the NMC website to keep abreast of stuff, and you can actually click there's a link where you can click, you know, to get updates from time to time, and you can actually join the webinars and you can get these up-to-date information. All right, so you can see the NMC website for the webinar slides. The slides are there with all the information about the transitional arrangements, and these slides are very informative. Now let's talk about the CBT exam. All right, that's a computer-based written exam, right? The new structure, all right, prior to this new exam, right, it would have been 120 questions for you to do over a period of 3 hours, right? But now the new structure is that it's going to be split into 2 parts. They have part A, which is numeracy, and part B, which is clinical questions for nursing and midwifery, right? So part A would be like calculations question, and part B would be clinical questions. Now part A, which is a numeracy part, would last, say, over 30 minutes, all right? And part B, which is the clinical questions, would last for 2.5 hours, all right? So that's how it's going to be done moving forward, all right? The fees for this, all right, for if you're doing both parts of the new CBT, it's £83. That was a reduced rate. If you need to resit, because it can be a case where you would have done the exam but you have failed either, say, the numeracy part or the clinical part, or you've failed both parts, all right, the fees for this, for the resit, if you need to resit both parts, you're going to pay the £83 again. All right. Now, if you need to resit part A, you only pay £50. And if you need to resit part B, you pay £70. And all this information, as I say, is on the NMC website, where you can actually go and get more information. All right. Bookings to sit the new CBT exam are now open. So when you go on the Pearson VUE website, all the information is there as regards to how you make booking and stuff like that. All right. And I saw this bit of information, which is very important, that if you've become eligible, all right, for the test of competence after the 16th of July, you will no longer receive an authorization to test. Previously, you would have gotten an authorization to test, you know, after you would have completed the eligibility part of the application. All right, you no longer get that. All that happens is that you receive an email prompting you to log into your Pearson VUE account and to book your CBT exam. That's how it works moving forward. And as I say, if you go on the NMC website, you will find all this information in the webinar slides about how you go about booking your new CBT exam. All right. Another bit of important information is that if you're booking the old CBT exam, because notice that I said if you would have started the process and you have done any of the exams before the 2nd of August, then you're eligible to do the old test of competence. Now, if you need to sign up for that, you need to contact the test of competence team directly. There's an email for that. and you can find this on the NMC website. It is T, capital T, common O, capital C at nmc-uk.org. When you send them an email, they'll actually arrange for you to do the old test of competence. All right, and I'll put that email in the description box also for anyone who needs this information. All right, in terms of preparation materials, these are also available on the NMC website, all the information you need in terms of stuff to help you prepare for the exam. There's a resource page with links about where you can click to get information like, you know, like practice tests and stuff like that. And these are free. All right. You can find practice tests for the new Pearson VUE on the new Pearson VUE website, and you can access them free of charge. There's no cost. So you can actually get the information that you need without it costing you any money at all. Now, let's talk about the OSCE, which is called the Objective Structured Clinical Examination. That's the practical part of the exam in which you need to do. The new OSCE is now made up of 10 stations. Yes, 10 stations. All right. 4 of the stations will continue to be linked together, where you will get a scenario, and that scenario will take you through API. That's assessment, planning, implementation, and evaluation. So that's 4 of the stations right there covered in API. All right, that's a given. That doesn't change. All right, so 4 stations will be linked to API. All right, now there are going to be 2 new stations to assess the candidates' values and behavior and evidence-based practice. No, don't ask me what that is. I mean, it's a given. You know, you can actually, you know, when it says values and behaviors and evidence-based practice, I guess it's just to apply knowledge learned in the real world scenario. Anything that has to do with like ethical and legal values as it relates to nursing and how you would function, just not in the clinical realm, but functionally otherwise, like where things about ethics and professionalism and, you know, stuff like that come into play. And also using, you know, they're always telling nursing school, you must use your critical thinking skills. So this is where I think this is gonna come in, where you're gonna use this evidence-based practice and all of that to actually explain why certain things are happening or why you do certain things and stuff like that. All right, each station will be assessed against an updated list of relevant criteria. All right, so you know they're gonna be looking at things, different things or different areas they're gonna be looking out for and stuff like that. All right, the new OSCE will still cost £794. All right, and it's gonna be the same to resit, which is $397 if you fail. Like it says, if you fail and you need to resit, whether 7 or fewer stations. Now, if you fail more than 7 stations, apparently you're gonna have to do the entire exam over. All right, so if you fail 7 or fewer stations, because it's now 10 stations, then you'll pay £397 for the resit. All right, and as I say, you can always go on the NMC website to get clarity, more information on this. All right, so you know before OSCE had only 6 stations, right, where you had API. You get a scenario where you assess, you plan, you implement, and you evaluate, and you would do 2 skills. But now it's 10 stations with the API, and you get 2 pairs of 2 skills. All right, this lasts over a span of 2 hours and 45 minutes. Quite a bit of a time, but it does go by real quickly. You'd be surprised to know. All right, and on the NMC website, you can get information about what they are looking for as it regards to the professional values and the critical appraisal, what they're talking about in terms of the other areas that they'll be looking at adding. All right, now just to look at some of the stations or the skills that would be required. You have administration of inhaled medications, you have catheter, specimen of urine, you have fluid balance, in hospital resuscitation, intramuscular injection, peak expiratory flow rate, removal of urinary catheter, subcutaneous injection, midstream urine or urinalysis, wound assessment, and aseptic non-touch technique. All right, so those are the old skills that we know, and they're gonna be adding skills like blood glucose monitoring, fine bore NG tube, IV flush / VIP score, pain assessment, and pressure area assessment. All right, so I mean, these are things that we already know. It's just that we wouldn't know of them to be, you know, in the OSCE exam. But these are things that's going to be added. It's just for us to be prepared, not us, because I'm not doing it again. It's just for you guys to be prepared, you know, for what is to come and all these changes. And as I say, if you need more clarity, if you need more information, you can always go on the NMC website. There's a whole set of webinars and everything that's there about the changes that they are making and stuff like that. And they have also upcoming webinars, and you can also click a link where you can always be kept abreast of any changes that they are about to make and stuff like that, and how these changes will affect you. And as I said, I really held back on putting out these kind of videos because with all the changes that we're making, I mean, I was saying that they're not really applicable to me, and I can hardly find time for my day-to-day task. So sometimes it's kind of hard to like sit down and try to search through to get all this information. But you know, it's worth the while spending some time getting this information to share with my fellow nurses who are desirous of coming to the UK. I hope all this information is of benefit to someone, all right, and someone, you know, out there who is desirous of coming to the UK. These are some of the changes that are being implemented. I'm not going to say it's going to be, they are already implemented and, you know, in place. It would be actually nice to actually hear from some persons who are actually doing these new exam to hear what their experiences are. I really don't know anybody, so it will be worth the while for you to probably, you know, like to probably search on YouTube to see if anyone has already done the new exams to see what they're like, because I'm really not sure, you know, what's like now that these changes are in place. But I do thank you for your time. It was such a pleasure sharing this information, and I hope this, as I say, was of benefit to someone, and I'll definitely see you in my next video. Bye.